Chapter 2. Parliamentary Government. Parliament is the supreme legislative body of India. The Indian Parliament comprises of the President and the two houses Lok Sabha, House of the People, and Rajya Sabha, Council of States. The President has the power to summon and prorogue either House of Parliament or to dissolve Lok Sabha. The Constitution of India came into force on 26 January 1950. The first general elections under the new constitution were held during the year 1951-52 and the first elected parliament came into being in April 1952, the second Lok Sabha in April 1957, the third Lok Sabha in April 1962, the fourth Lok Sabha in March 1967, the fifth Lok Sabha in March 1971, the sixth Lok Sabha in March 1977. The 7th Lok Sabha in January 1980, the 8th Lok Sabha in December 1984, the 9th Lok Sabha in December 1989, the 10th Lok Sabha in June 1991, the 11th Lok Sabha in May 1996, the 12th Lok Sabha in March 1998, 13th Lok Sabha in October 1999, 14th Lok Sabha in May 2004 and 15th Lok Sabha in April 2009. Why did have choose a parliamentary form of government? There are three important reasons for choosing a parliamentary form of government. India is a very vast country and the number of voters runs into crores. Indian leaders were already familiar with functioning of the parliamentary form of government in the pre-independence period. There is a possibility that if due vigilance is not exercised, the President in the presidential form of government may assume the powers of a dictator. The Parliament. The Indian Parliament consists of the President and the two houses of the Parliament, the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. People elect their representatives, the will of the people. A democracy is the rule of the people by the people and for the people. Every law must have the sanction of the Parliament. Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha is composed of representatives of people chosen by direct election on the basis of universal adult suffrage. The Constitution provides that the maximum strength of the House be 552 members. 530 members to represent the states, 20 members to represent the Union territories, and 2 members to be nominated by the President from the Anglo-Indian community. At present, the strength of the House is 545 members. The term of the Lok Sabha, unless dissolved, is 5 years from the date appointed for its first meeting. However, while a proclamation of emergency is in operation, this period may be extended by Parliament by law for a period not exceeding 1 year at a time and not extending in any case beyond a period of 6 months after the proclamation has ceased to operate. This body is directly elected by the Indian voters. This is why it is called House of the People. The life of the elected Lok Sabha is 5 years. Thereafter, the members have to be elected afresh. The term of the Lok Sabha can be extended in emergency. In special circumstances, the President can, on the advice of the Prime Minister, dissolve the Lok Sabha. The Lok Sabha must meet twice a year. When the Lok Sabha meets, it is called a session. The most important session of the Lok Sabha is the budget session, which it passes the budget for the union government. The Rajya Sabha. The origin of Rajya Sabha can be traced back to 1919, when in pursuance to the Government of India Act, 1919, a second chamber known as the Council of States was created. This Council of States, comprising of mostly nominated members, was a deformed version of second chamber without reflecting true federal features. The council continued to function till India became independent. The Rajya Sabha, its Hindi nomenclature, was adopted in 23 August 1954. The Rajya Sabha consists of not more than 250 members. 238 members representing the states and union territories, and 12 members nominated by the President. Rajya Sabha is a permanent body and is not subject to dissolution. However, one-third of the members retire every second year and are replaced by newly elected members. Each member is elected for a term of 6 years. The Vice President of India is the ex officio chairman of Rajya Sabha. The House also elects a deputy chairman from among its members. Besides, there is also a panel of vice chairmen in the Rajya Sabha. The senior-most minister, who is a member of Rajya Sabha, is appointed by the Prime Minister as leader of the House. The members of the Rajya Sabha are not elected directly by the people. Members of the legislative assemblies elect members to the Rajya Sabha. The President nominates 12 members to the Rajya Sabha for their special knowledge or practical expressive in the field of art, literature, science, social services, etc. The seats in the Rajya Sabha are divided in proportion to the population of each state and union territory. Members of the Rajya Sabha have to be citizens of India and not less than 30 years of age. No one can be member of both the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. The Rajya Sabha cannot have more than 250 members. At present, the membership of the Rajya Sabha is 245. Unlike the Lok Sabha, it is not dissolved every 5 years. Every 2 years, one-third of its members retire. These seats are filled up by fresh elections. Thus, Rajya Sabha is a permanent house. The members remain in the Rajya Sabha. His functions are almost similar to those of the Speaker in the Lok Sabha. There is also a deputy chairman who performs the functions of the chairman in his absence. Out of the two houses of Indian Parliament, the Lok Sabha has more powers than the Rajya Sabha. The Council of Ministers is responsible only to the Lok Sabha. Only Lok Sabha can pass a motion of no confidence against the Council of Ministers of the Centre. All the money bills have to be introduced in the Lok Sabha, being directly elected by the people, enjoys supreme powers. The Parliament at work. Meetings of the Parliament. The Parliament meets at least twice every year. The two sessions are generally held during spring and autumn. If necessary, a third session may also be held. Soon after the general elections, the elected members assemble in the House at the appointed date and time. They take the oath of allegiance to the Constitution of India. The President addresses the members of the two houses at a joint session. Each house of the Parliament makes its own rules of procedure. There are many communities to regulate the business of House in different fields. Budget. The most important function of the Parliament is to pass the annual budget. Budget is a settlement of estimated receipts and expenditure of the Government of India for a year. It states the ways and means of meeting the estimated expenditure. It includes all taxation proposals and also the ways in which the government intends to utilize its income during the year. The budget is presented by the Finance Minister usually on 28th February every year. The Finance Minister, which presenting the budget, also explains the economic policy of the government. At first, members of the Parliament express their views on the performance of the government on economic matters. Thereafter, each item of the budget is discussed and is finally passed for implementation. The session of Parliament, that is conveyed for presenting, discussing and passing the budget is generally called the budget session. Making a law. Rulers are necessary for the general well-being and happiness of the people. We have rules at home, in the school and also on the playground. When the government makes such rules for having on orderly life in the country in different spheres, we call them laws. The Parliament makes laws on all the subjects listed in the Union and concurrent lists. Under special circumstances, it can also make laws on subjects normally reserved for the states. The process of law-making is the same at the centre and the states. When a suggested law is first introduced in either house of the Parliament, or in a state legislature, it is called a bill. The bills can be introduced by the government or even a private member. Bills are classified as money bills and non-money bills. A money bill can be introduced only in the Lok Sabha. Money bills deal with revenue and expenditure of the Union. Generally, the bills are passed by a simple majority of the members present and voting. 3 readings of the bill for any bill to become an act, it has to pass through 3 readings or stages in both the houses. The first reading of the bill is a formal office. The minister or the member introducing the bill makes a short speech and explains the aims and objects of the bill. Usually the House gives its approval. Then the bill is published and its printed copies are circulated among the members of the Parliament. In the second reading, the objectives of the bill are discussed thoroughly. Speeches are made by the members of the provisions of the bill. Usually after this, the bill is referred to a select committee for detailed examination. The select committee gives its recommendation on the various provisions of the bill. At the third stage, the bill, as recommended by the select committee, is discussed clause by clause and put to vote. If the bill is passed by the required majority, it goes to the other house. Again, the same procedure is followed. If the 2 houses do not agree, a joint meeting of both the houses is held. In this meeting, the decision taken by a majority is considered as the decision of both houses. Then the bill goes to the President for his assent. After President's assent, the bill is notified in the Government Gazette. It then becomes an act and is enforced as the law of the land.